I knew something was off in my process, but I wasn't sure what until I realized that I hadn't hit record at the end of the call. So we don't have last week's on record, but it's like I knew something, but it took me a while to figure it out, which is cool. That's totally fine. Welcome everyone, Monday night. So pumped to be with the team for a bit. You know, there's a lot going on right now, a lot going on in the world. A lot, you know, throw in the chat if you have kids coming home from from school to distant learning. I know we have parents on the line. Feel free to throw that in the chat. You're not alone if that's you. Our kids get to go 2 days this week and then they're home indefinitely. So I get it. There's a lot of distractions. Yeah, Barbie, next week you start full-time, and you've been full-time in person to full-time distance. So that's a big shift.
Oh man.
To go from, 0 days at home to 5. So just know, like, I get it. We get it. There is so much happening, and there is so much, so many places that are taking our energy, our time. Yeah, Kim.
Thank you, Kim.
You do. You homeschool. Awesome. Now I know where to hook them up when they need something. I'll be like, Kim, I need a Zoom. That's great. Yes, Eunice, you've been full-time since March. I get it. Oh my gosh, Heidi's popping on. She's same. She's starting back up. So I just want to like call out, and I know not everyone on here has kids, and that's cool too. Pandemic without kids sounds kind of blissful right now. But here's the thing. Tonight, I really just want to talk about a few things because, you know, there's a lot of calls going on around the company. Who has watched last week's David Wood IsagenixLive.com with Jessica Regner and Del Ray Messer? Okay, so throw in the chat if you have or anything specific that you took away from that training. I will tell you, I'm about halfway through it, and it is incredible. So if you haven't yet, IsagenixLive.com, check out the training. We have 2 weeks from 2 weeks ago, or 2 hours from 2 weeks ago, 2 hours from last week. We have 2 hours this week of rich training. And if you're here to really, make an impact, and you're here to really live out your vision and create the vision of the vision board that you've created, the why that you're doing this, the training, Kim says pages of notes. Absolutely. There's so much out there. Okay. And then earlier tonight, we had the broader team call that I had posted in Leaders Rise here, the Level Up Mastermind. I get it. There's a lot of calls. So I just want to say, like, we had Kathy Coover on that call, the owner of the company. She popped on for the first part. They're recorded. So, I post the recordings always. If you're like, oh, I want to go watch that. Kathy was amazing. Kathy breathed so much belief into what is to come with Isagenix. We can be excited about our past, but she breathed even more belief about what is to come and where we're headed. And, I not just like amazing seasonal products coming the first week of December. There's going to be brownie snack bites and apple cinnamon bars and salted caramel whole blend. Those are all coming the first week of December. She talked about some new leadership pools for growth, 1 to 4 star pools, 5+ star pools. If that doesn't make sense to you, it's basically added money on the table for growth, for growing your business. And then the collagen elixir, new product innovations coming in January. So someone like Kathy just pumps belief into the company for us. And really, that's the whole thing with David Wood was all about belief. It was the belief in the 6 areas, right? Where's your belief at in the products? Where's your belief at in the company? On a 1 out of 10, if you were to say a 10 is unshakable, nobody could say anything that would shake me about this. No one could say, oh, I like to I like to chew my food, and it wouldn't matter. You wouldn't care, or no one could say, oh, is it one of those things? And you wouldn't care because your belief in network marketing is a 10 out of 10, right? Belief in self. They talk a lot about belief in self and how that's the one that often wavers for people. And so to me, and through our build over the last 7 years, belief, it ebbs and flows, but by staying plugged in and by coming and by showing up, and then also by just putting in the steps, the next step, the action to get there. that is really how we grow, and that's how we create results, and that's how you will create success over time. But I will say, you know, there's never been a better time than now to be with Isagenix. I truly wholeheartedly believe that. We're gonna, oh, that sounded like you were gonna add something.
No, I was just,
okay.
Preach,
okay.
girl, preach.
Okay, cool. And then after Kathy, Sonia Mahfouz covered the compensation plan. And that one is a really, really, you know, the comp plan, the way that it's drawn out, and David talked about the comp plan and belief in the comp plan. You know, if you haven't really anchored into what it is about this comp plan, it will light you up when you really understand it, right? And I'm not going to go over it tonight because we're going to get all these videos, and really every single one of us, if you're not in the Level Up Mastermind and you want to be a part of it, they're giving away an iPad Pro with a pen for the people that complete the steps in that mastermind for the week. So we're going to get a whole bunch of comp plan videos, and I'm going to start throwing them in Leaders Rise here because I want you guys to watch Barbie do it. I want you guys to watch Drew do it. I want you to watch Heidi do it. I want you to watch Teresa do it, and Kim, you know, I want you guys to watch people do the comp plan so you can get really, really clear with it. Okay. And then where was I going to go from there? Oh, today. Okay. So the main thing I really want to talk about today. So today, Kelly Dickerhoof had a power hour at 1 p.m. And this was actually super powerful to me. And this is, you know, I always think about what does the team need, or what is it that we should talk about tonight for, you know, 30-ish minutes. And she said, you know, in my early build, I was just going, I was just building, I was just growing. I didn't really have a vision. I didn't know what my vision was. And she said, you know, the power hour is just an hour-long work time. It's open to all of us. Got it. Hi, I'm back.
We're back.
Oh, I don't know what happened. So sorry. So can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So she said, you know, and we're in a group of 20. I had no idea she was going to do this, but she goes, you know what? Allison Matthews is someone who really challenged me to have a vision, to create a vision, to speak loudly and to speak life and to speak love over our people and really have a vision for what we're doing. And she said, that's when Tyler and I developed, you know, give, love, serve. We give, we love, we serve people, or something. It's in a different order maybe, but give, love, serve, you know, or give, serve, lead. Barbie, is that it? Here, give, serve, lead, give, serve, lead. I know, as I was saying it, I was like, that doesn't seem right. Give, serve, lead. She's like, we give, you know, they're all about contribution. We serve people because this business, you literally cannot be successful without helping others be successful. And we lead, and we grow leaders, and we teach people to be leaders. And she said, she put me on the spot, and she goes, Allison, I know you guys are so strong with vision and speak life over the team and over people all the time. And I do really believe if you are here on this team right now, you're here for a reason. You're here for a reason, and you're here to contribute and to create a vision for your family. And so I shared my words, and I actually just said, you know what, I want to spend tonight like pulling it up for you guys, what I shared with her, because I already had it pre-written. I had it written out. And I honestly think that, you know, you can take and you can say, this is the vision, and this is the team, and this is what we do, and I'm building with this. And if you want to tweak it and you want to add and you want to shout that from the rooftops, whatever it is that you are leading with, that's what we're doing. We're out in the world. We're saying, you know, hey, I'm here. I'm with a community, building, teaching people how to have holistic health and wellness solutions. And this is what we do. And I want you guys to just feel so anchored and so rooted in being a part of a community and a team that is going places in the long run, because we care so deeply about what we can create here in Isagenix. Like, my belief has never been stronger. It really has not. It really, really, really has not. And so I'm going to just share. Shoot, I didn't see that last. Oh, Liz, thank you. Yeah. Okay. So, and I put, so the first part, I had this in a document, and I was like, you know what, I probably haven't shared this with enough people or on a formal team call or anything like that, but I had this in a document, and I'm going to put it in the group. So I want you guys, when you're inviting people into Isagenix and you're saying, I'm building this and we're here, I want you, and if you have feedback on this, tell me, but I truly believe that we do all of these things and it's over time. So I just want to talk through it top to bottom a little bit, and then I'm going to give you like 3 to 5 minutes to write out some things that might pertain to just, you know, your vision and your business. Because as you'll see, we foster an empowerment culture. It's not just about, oh, I'm here. It's we empower you to create your own, and we empower you to take and to run with exactly what it is that you're doing in your culture of what you're building. So who we are, we connect busy, savvy people to convenient, holistic nutrition and wellness solutions of the best kind. We do. Busy, savvy people. Every single one of you on this call. Are you busy? Are you savvy? Yes, you are. You are these things. This is who we are. This is who we attract. And we produce lifestyle results, and we get paid in the process. That's what Isagenix is. We're not about weight loss. Sure, that is a common result that happens when you get convenient holistic nutrition in your body and wellness solutions. We are about lifestyle. We are not about yo-yo dieting. We are not about, you know, depriving your body. We are about connecting people as customers into convenient holistic nutrition. And if that language suits you, take this and adopt it and talk it. Bring it into your conversations with people when you're talking to them. Or if you call someone up and you say, hey, oh my gosh, I just want to tell you about what I'm doing. It's really important to me that I can share this with you because I'm pumped, and it could be for you too. Okay? And our promises and principles, I mean, this is us, right? So collaboration over competition. We only compete with ourselves better than yesterday. And we put things into place to hopefully foster that, right? We want people to feel included. We want people to feel, oh my gosh, we work together. You know, the beautiful cross-line relationships that happen within the team and within, honestly, all of Isagenix. I mean, it's just beautiful, right? And never as, and this goes to the next one, your pace is perfect. No need to compare. Never are we saying, oh my gosh, this person is doing this and this person isn't doing enough. I don't ever want you to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not enough. No, you set your pace, you go, you set your goals. This is self-directed, and then you get to choose. And we don't, you know, if you want to go at warp speed because you have massive, big dreams and goals on your heart, do that. And if you want to, you know, go at a little bit of a slower pace, that's great. That's your pace. You set the pace as long as you're intentional about it. I will hold up a mirror and hold people accountable if they're telling me they want one thing, but they're not matching the pace that they were telling me that they want. But if they're in agreement on their pace and they're matching that, yeah, absolutely. We breed success. We do. We breed success in everything we do, and success, you know, can look like short-term. It can also look like long-term. And we foster an empowerment culture. Okay. And this is, I mean, this is, you know, when you think about network marketing, we are not building a just frontline sales. We are empowering and teaching other people to do the same, and honestly surpass us if they choose to do so. I would love nothing more than for someone to out-earn us, and that's so possible in this comp plan with the 2 legs. It's so possible for someone to just rise up and go. And we empower. It's your story. Our story is only to inspire and to maybe give you ideas. It's your story that you're creating, right? It's your actions. It's your leadership. It's who you're bringing in. It's who you're getting on these calls. And then we cultivate excellence as a standard. And I believe that in everything that we do. The way that we show up at in-person events, I know other people look at and they're like, oh my gosh, look at them. They're, you know, the way that we treat each other, the way that we handle campaigns, challenges, you know, whether I see them in the different communities, Be Healthy, or, you know, we have our water challenge going on, Everyday Health right now. Find Your Fit, all the different communities, right? And then we leverage systems to progress. And that is why we constantly are training on these. That is why we always take this just, you know, 30-ish minutes on a Monday night to do it and to talk about it and to go over the steps of the system. And some of you have been here a long time and you're like, oh, I freaking get it now. Right, then it's not for you anymore. It's for your new people to come in and say, oh, okay, like these are the steps of the system. And guess what? On calls, the call that Sonia just did, I feel quite well versed in the comp plan. I still took things away 7 years later from Sonia on the comp plan. So there's no room for, you know, ego and like, oh, I already got that. It's no, oh my gosh, what could I take from her? Just little tweaks to verbiage. And I was hearing things that she said that I was like, oh my gosh, that's so good. You know, she said, I wrote it down, but I think my 2-year-old took it. She, you know, I loved that she said, you know, in the past, I only knew of my job where I got paid when I worked the hours. Now I get paid more in my sleep overnight when the orders go through. I make, you know, so just that concept of residual. I don't think I touch enough, and I do, but I don't think I touch enough on the money is actually overnight when I sleep, right? I make more when I sleep than I did working 40 hours a week at Target. Like that's, you know, that's true. And so yeah, so you know, there, yeah, and Kim, there truly, there is no shame here. And if you feel it, if anyone call us out on it, this is a real feedback loop, and we do not, you know, and you know, there's always the inherent, there's the contest, right, that the company puts on, and there's all the leaderboards and all the things. So you know, some of it is knowing, well, what is it that you're showing up for, and what is it that you're grateful for and that you're creating in the long run, right? But that's, I mean, that's who we are. That's our promises and principles. I will put that in the group. So if you have team that isn't on this call and you're like, hey, check this out, and they want to see it, like I just really wanted to spend a little bit of time tonight talking about. So I said this, and Kelly was like, oh my gosh, that she just said, like, you just whipped that off. But because I had it, because I think about you guys, because I had it in a document, right? And then Laura Stevens was like, wow, I've never done something like that. We have our team anchored title, but I've, you know, and so just to be thinking more and more about, like, who are you and what is the team that you're creating? What's the vision that you stand for? And recognize that you get to build that out, and you get to build 2 long, sexy legs, as we talk about, right? Unlimited depth forever and ever. Someone can come in 50, 100 levels deep. I mean, that was a big piece of what Kathy and Sonia were both talking about, right? So I'm going to pause there and see if there are any questions, also comments. Yeah, no, totally. The cross-team relationships.
Feel free to unmute yourself for a question too if you don't want to type. I love hearing your voices.
Cool. Okay, so take just a couple of minutes, write down a couple of phrases that you would put on your own. And you can literally say, this is mine, I take this. That's good. Action is the key. So if your best action means you take this and you say, here, this is me, this is who we are, this is me, this is yours, this is totally yours, this is not us, this is you guys, right? And so, but add a bullet or 2 that come to your mind, because I'm sure we did not capture everything that's on your hearts. Yes, Barbie, community, absolutely. You always include that in yours. Totally does not even surprise me in the least, right? And you live that, you lead that. That's such, you know, and that's also part of it. Like, this should match. None of this should be a surprise to you. So you might actually be super bored by it because you're like, oh yeah, duh, I know this, right? But if, you know, if something does, and I want us thinking about it, you know, and I know some of you, this is the first call. It's, you know, we're talking vision tonight. If it's your first team call, welcome for a couple of you. And over this, just stick with us, right? Stick with us. Come back next week. Come back the following week. Come back the following week. Bring people with you, because we're going to be, again, diving through the systems, going into mindset, drawing out the compensation plan, getting so good at the skills. And, you know, more and more, you're going to hear the formula, the broken record of the system. Teresa, exactly, you know. I know Barbie was telling me the other day, you know, Megan Oy brought up the phrase conviction statement on a call that they were having. And I was like, yeah, isn't that like, it's like we know where to put the formula in. We know. She knew, oh, insert conviction statement here. Like, that's huge. Oh, insert invite to event here, right? Or insert follow up here. Or, you know, when I am launching a new business partner anywhere in our org, I'm now saying, you know, these 4 things. and they're just becoming a part of the formula. Plug into every team call Monday nights, not all the company calls, but this call, just to show up for 30 minutes, be with the team, kick your week off with a good start. Touch your business a little bit every day. Some days it'll be 5 minutes, some days it'll be 5 hours, but what did you do to move your business forward? Be here a year from today. Commit to yourself. Today is November 16th. So I will write that down on your laptop if you need to. I will be here November 16th, 2021. And then events. Typically, it's a little odd right now with the pandemic, but get to the corporate events because they are life-changing and I can't replicate them on a call as hard as I will try to. And then it's just, it's plugging through the system and doing the personal development. Eunice, I love that you added that personal development, right? Personal development culture. That's perfect. Plug into the system. The system has everything Sonia was, I love that. Heidi. Yeah. Sonia had an 8-year mindset from the beginning because she had gone to school for 8 years. She had gone and gotten her bachelor's and her master's. And she said, I just paid 6-figure dollars to go to school for 8 years. And she's like, I'm committed to 8 years to create success here. And when you commit to a long, people come in and they try a little and then they're like, oh, it didn't work for me. Right? But you have to commit, just as for her, Sonia being a school psychologist, she wasn't a master at it overnight. And so it's taking that time. Honestly, long game is probably one I should add here because we really do. I mean, that's something we tout all the time.
And committing for 8 years is doing those things, touching your business every day for 8 years. Mm-hmm. It's not ordering the shakes and then doing this. I'm in, I'm out, I'm not consistently in it and investing in my mind and investing in moving forward and doing learning action, like taking those steps. Mm-hmm. And the other thing that is, like, when we talk about the system and following the system, and we're always talking about the system, and that's not a super, like, there's parts of this business that are very much the same. When we look at it on social media and we think about it, we talk about, there are these big visions, there's these big dynamic things and these fun, amazing experiences we get to do. But underneath all of that is the same system, and it's reaching out to people the same way and plugging them into the team the same way and getting their orders the same way and showing them the compensation plan the same way. It's over and over and over again. So just sticking with that is why we have the system, because it will be here long after you will want to be putting in the effort to develop your own thing. It's already here for you. Mm-hmm. Like, let it do that work.
So true. And some seasons you'll go a little bit, life happens, right? It's a long 8 years. Do you think over 8 years, life didn't happen for Sonia? She's in the middle of that. She's at about year 5. She's had a kid. She's had, she's moved. She's had, and so it is saying, okay, in this season, this is what I'm committing to. And that's cool. No shame. My pace is perfect. I don't have to compare, right? And then in other seasons, it's, I'm going to turn it up a notch, right? I mean, Drew said, like, cannonball into the deep end in some seasons. He also says start and stop, right? So, it's what's your pace going to be? And scroll up a little. Yeah. Kim's, we use our stories to facilitate massive impact for families. We have the vehicle to end generational poverty. It is so true. It is so true, you guys. I mean, the fact that we can create this unlimited depth customer base referral organization and put that in the will to our children or to whoever your loved one is, that spouse or whoever you want to, is really, truly impactful. Like, we have something very special here. And the system, I mean, in the early days, you're just going to be hooking people up with, get them in front of Jake or me or whatever leader you're working with that has been doing this longer than you, as you shadow, as you learn, and you're just trying to set the appointment, right? I'm meeting with someone tomorrow that honestly, I've been working on her the whole 7 years, you guys, the whole 7 years. She was
when you had that initial list of 10, right? Like, who are the 10 people that are going to be on your board?
And maybe now is the right season. She showed certain signs that now might be the right season. I still don't know. But guess what? My goal tomorrow is not for her to say, I want her to say yes, of course. But my goal is what's the next thing I want her to do? I want her to get on a call with someone else who can talk, or I want her to at least agree to I draw out the compensation plan for her. You know, what is that next step, right? And then she can decide. If someone sees the whole picture up and down, left and right, and they decide no, well, you've done everything you can with them, right? But who are those people out there that you haven't done that with, that you haven't done everything you can with, right? And that was one of Sonia's asks tonight was, gosh, you know, who should I really be calling and saying, you're on my heart and I want to draw the comp plan out for you and I want you to take a look at this. You know, would you be open to a Zoom and I can just draw it out? You can do that. And you could even say, you know, I'm new, I'm just practicing. Draw it out for them. And, you know, for the right person, it's going to spark something in them. Kim, I love that. 2 years. So 2 years, promise that you're committed to 2 years. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Yeah. Kim says, if you can't read the chat, Matt made me promise 2 years today after I called him that she was struggling with mindset. Like, so he was there. He said, okay, you want to do this? Like, you have to commit. You have to be in on this. And I see Kim in on the calls. Like, she is here working on that and dedicate. And that's amazing. And Heidi even said it right there, like, amazing, Kim, that your husband was with you along in that vision. And he knew that he was going to help hold you accountable to that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, some of us are blessed with that person in our house. And if you don't have that person close to you in your life, like, reach out to somebody who's on this call, reach out to someone in the group and ask them for that help and that accountability, because that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Collaboration over competition. Your pace is perfect. We're here for you.
Yep. And it's perfect. And Drew, we are people, product, and results rooted in integrity. I love that. I love that line. That's beautiful. Well done, my friend. Yeah. Pour that belief, people. We all go through it, up and down, left and right. You can, so I'll post that. Major shout out and kudos to Josh Woods, our newest consultant. I forgot to say that at the beginning. You guys, he cycled 8 times. So 8 over $400 plus consultant plus some double pibs. What did he make, Drew? I don't know, $600, 8, something like that. Something. Just awesome. Oh, there's 2 Drews.
Oh, creepy. The world can't handle 2 Drews.
Okay, guys. Well,
right,
that's
everyone.
what we have for tonight. Yeah. So I know the post is over there. You guys can go check it out. But thank you all for joining. We will be back next week. Watch the David Wood, isagenixlive.com. All of them are there. So there's 2 to watch. This Thursday will be a 3rd. And let me know if you enter into the drawing for the iPad Pro. That's due Sunday night.
And make sure to get your water in.
Get your water in, everyone.
Just adding water. Let's go.
We love you all. Cheers. Bye, guys.